welcome to New Vision TV News. I'm Lydia Lekonyero, and now for our top stories.
In news around Uganda, the Africa-Russia summit kicks off tomorrow. President Museveni has set off today. 10 police officers have been charged over Nagirinya murder. Eddie Kenzo has received a triumphant welcome. Some fans were arrested. In news around the East African region, banks from East Africa have been ranked among world's top performers. And in our daily Pearl of Africa series, we create fresh memories at Mutima Beach.
Well, President Yoweri Museveni is in Russia's coastal city of Sochi, where he will join 36 other heads of state and government for the Russia-Africa Summit and Economic Forum that opens tomorrow at the city's Park of Science and Art, one of Russia's largest convention venues. The president, accompanied by his daughter Diana Kamuntu, and Russian leader Vladimir Putin, will officially open the summit. President Putin is in his welcome message to the participants, said members of government agencies, the business community and experts will substantially discuss the current status and prospects of cooperation and a wide range of topical issues of the world economy. And 10 police officers who were arrested in connection to the kidnap and murder of social worker Maria Nagirinya and her driver Ronald Kitaimbwa have been charged before Uganda Police's disciplinary court. Police Court Chief Dennis Odongping confirmed to New Vision TV that the officers had been charged and would return to court on Wednesday. After Nagirinya's kidnap on August 28th, President Yoweri Museveni ordered for the arrest of the police officers who did not act after being alerted by Nagirinya's relatives about the unfortunate incident. As a result, the police's Professional Standards Unit arrested 3 assistant superintendents of police and 7 police constables. Now, 9 African countries, including Uganda, have agreed to establish a joint task force to aid surveillance and the management of the Ebola hemorrhagic fever. The countries, which have been on high alert since the outbreak of the disease in the Democratic Republic of Congo in August last year, also agreed to step up coordination efforts. They include Angola, Burundi, the Central African Republic, DRC, Rwanda, South Sudan, Uganda, Tanzania, and Zambia. The coordination efforts, according to a communique signed by the 9 countries, include information sharing on potential security threats across cross-border cases and laboratory surveillance, cross-border tracing and monitoring of contacts, as well as workforce capacity development. Others are sharing of technical expertise and other resources, cross-border joint planning and implementation of preparedness and response activities, movement of people across national borders in accordance with the international health regulations, and legal and regulatory processes for cross-border development. And 1 pupil has died and 6 others were injured after lightning struck a classroom block at Muziza Central Primary School in Karangara Ward, Busheshe Division in Uganda District. Asuman Ndiabahika, a primary 6 pupil, died on the way to hospital after the thunder struck his classroom during the afternoon heavy downpour. According to the Uganda Resident District Commissioner, Eliasto Akatuhebwa, the child died from Ishongororo Health Center 4. 6 others were rushed to Uganda Matters Hospital in Kagongo with various degrees of injuries, including a primary 7 pupil who got paralyzed on one side. The RDC explained that the pupils had just returned to class for the afternoon lessons when thunder struck the 2 adjacent classrooms for primary 6 and primary 7. There were a total of 58 pupils in the 2 classrooms. Now, musician Eddie Kenzo today returned home from the United States to a huge welcome at the Entebbe International Airport. The City Law singer recently won the African Entertainer of 2019 award at the African Entertainment Awards. Kenzo has been fodder for local news outlets in the recent weeks after news broke that his former partner, fellow musician Rema Namakula, had found new love in Dr. Hamza Sebonya. Kenzo touched down at Entebbe clad in a tunic, his newly acquired accolade tight in his hand. And a team of local tourists, leaders and guards were on Saturday violently attacked by a swarm of bees, leaving one person dead. Shock engulfed friends of Robert Kirungi, a staff of Samaritan Pass, a humanitarian NGO supporting refugees in Bidibidi refugee settlement. Kirungi died on Saturday after he was severely stung by bees while climbing Mount Liru in Lobule sub-county in Koboko district. The deceased hails from Buhaise in Fort Portal and was the project manager at Samaritan Pass. The survivors include the manager for Spirit FM in Koboko, Ronald Nyakojo, Boniface Kadabara, and a lady only identified as Hope. They are currently getting treatment at medical centers in the district. And now we'll have East African news. Now, East Africa's top banks have been ranked among the world's 1,000 best lender tools. They weathered a tough operating environment in 2019 to post stronger growth while cushioning themselves against further shocks. The monthly London-based international financial affairs publication, The Banker, owned by the Financial Times Limited, shows that KCB, Equity Bank, Diamond Trust Bank and Cooperative Bank, which are largely retail banks, remained resilient in a tough operating environment to maintain an upward growth in profitability. And hundreds of South Sudan opposition fighters are leaving their training camps that were set up to register and retrain them under a deal to end the country's war. According to South Sudan authorities, the fighters have complained about lack of food and medical supplies. The move to retrain the fighters into an 83,000-strong unified army is a cornerstone of the September 2018 peace deal. However, the operation has been riddled with delays and a lack of funding. And now we'll go for a break, and when we return, we'll have more stories for you. And welcome back from that break, and now we'll have In Business News with Lynn Komugisha.
In business tonight, Bank of Uganda is seeking help from the International Monetary Fund to assist in formulating a new communication strategy following a series of negative publicity. This was revealed in the bank's annual report for the year 2018-2019 recently released. The report indicates that even though the bank has achieved its core mandate, it has been the focus of criticism, deliberate and malicious smear campaigns after the Auditor General's special audit report on closed banks. Tonight, Edna Ruth Mubiru, the business editor at New Vision, breaks this down for us.
Well, hello there. Now, the Bank of Uganda is seeking help from the IMF on a new communication strategy. Edna, what's going on?
Well, if you've been reading
Yes.
what's been happening, Bank of Uganda has been dragged through some mud in the recent past.
Yes,
The onslaught, of course, was mostly online, and you could clearly see that there's an agenda there. So I think seeking help is really because these people have done it before.
Okay.
The IMF have done it before. I mean, they've been here a long time, and they've probably been through the same kind of issues that that the BOU has recently been through. And I think you're looking for a peer, you see. They're a bigger peer than you, and they probably have their comms people are really good and should be able to advise you on how to handle your communications.
Well, they say the issue was following the auditor report on the closed commercial banks.
Yes.
And it has really, really tainted their image. So looking for help on a communication strategy, I don't get it. They had one 2013, 2014, 2017, 2018. Their communication strategy lasts how many years? These are about 4-5 years?
I think like any organization, you have a plan, and in a certain period there's something that you are planning to communicate, and that is what informs that strategy, you know. But then the situation changes and you realize that much as you're doing your job, your image has been like people have decided that they will paint you a certain way. So then you change your strategy for the next period, because you feel like one of our biggest things we need to do now is get our image right, you know, get people to see us for who we are, and help them to understand that we're actually doing the right thing.
But IMF and Uganda, well, they've been partners, or they've done lots of things together, but I'm thinking, why shouldn't they use Uganda people really?
I'm sure they have a communications department.
Oh, yes?
Yes, they do. There are many people in Uganda that they can work with, but you're looking for somebody who has been in the place you're in, you see. And the IMF is a big financial institution. It has dealt with all kinds of media, all kinds of reports, and they'll probably, you know, be the right people to work with.
Well. We look forward to that time when lots of things will be happening with this communication strategy from the IMF. I think it's a good move. It's interesting that we have friends in high places. Thank you, Edna.
Thank you, Lynn.
Well, thank you, Lynn, for the in-business news. Now, in our Pearl of Africa story, we are making memories at Mutima Beach. It is a place that will forever hold heartful memories for those who lost their loved ones in the infamous boat accident. But Mutima Beach in Mpata Sub-County in Mukono District is a place that offers an experience of a lifetime. We join Ruth Naseje to explore this breathtaking gift of nature.
In spite of the mishap that claimed lives and the MV Templar in November 2018 of Mutima Beach, this resort remains a popular weekend getaway for Kampala city folks. The lush green that covers this landscape is truly a getaway for anyone looking for a safe haven to reconnect with nature, family, and friends. If you are good at meditating, this compound littered with scattered umbrella trees is definitely what you need. On the shores of Lake Victoria in Mukono District is where all this experience is enjoyed. For swimmers, this water needs to touch your skin. For beach lovers, this sand needs to feel your feet. If you are a romanticist, this is your kind of vacation destination or a weekend getaway. All this can be topped with a boat ride on the ever blue waters later in the day. So rub off the past and embrace the future in the light of an adventure. For more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website, which is newvision.co.ug/Pearl of Africa. A newspaper, the Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so grab your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories.
A beautiful scenery there at Mutima Beach. And in our sports news, the battle in the StarTimes Premier League continues to grow, with the reigning champions KCCA FC bouncing back to its winning ways from the Luzira-based club Maroons FC with 3-1 in a match that was played at Maroons Stadium in Luzira. KCCA made a short visit across town to Luzira Prison to play one of its games in hand matches, the fixture that was supposed to be played on day 3 but was postponed due to its players' participation on the national level. The game kicked off in the prison stadium on a poor playing surface due to the heavy rains, but that did not prevent the Kasasiro boys from getting an early goal through Mike Mutiaba in the 42nd minute, Mustafa Kiza in the 88th minute, and another goal came from the Nigerian international John Odumegu, who managed to get his first goal in the 93rd minute. In other matches played, Vipers FC defeated Bull FC with 2-1 at St. Mary's Kitende, while Chetume snatched a dramatic 1-0 win against Proline FC. Currently, Vipers is on top of the league table with 20 points, followed by Bull FC with 19 points. The story is by Patricia Turiahebwa. And that was New Vision TV News. I'm Lydia Lekwonyero. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Please check out more of our videos on www.newvision.co.ug/videos. And now we'll leave you with the fact file.